Work. I think we're live. We're live. Okay, yes, we are. Welcome, everyone. Let me go ahead and record this for posterity. This is Deanna Nichols, doTERRA Blue Diamond, joined by my lovely friend and doTERRA Gold, Mary Thoma from Louisiana. I'm coming to you from Virginia. And here in Virginia, we like to extend the 4th of July holiday for many days past. So if you hear explosions going on, it's my neighbors. I have no complaints because I did the same thing last night. We just did a big fireworks show in our yard. So I keep hearing it and just letting you know we're not, it is Virginia, but we're not like just shooting guns in the air. It's actually, it's a fireworks thing, a home fireworks display. So tonight we welcome you to our weekly edition of Essential Oils Are Not Magic Beans. Sometimes you might think they are, and oftentimes they appear to be sort of like that, but they really do have a lot of scientific backing. And even though they're not magical, they can do amazing things. And right now I am seeing so many posts on social media from moms who have had their kids out of school for a little while and they're doing vacations and whatever, and they're like losing their minds because, you know, they're not used to having their kids 24/7 at home. And sometimes it's like raining a lot or it's just super hot outside and everybody's in the house just trying to aggravate each other. So we want to make summer fun for moms and give her some coping tools. Whether you have 1 kid or 10 kids, it really doesn't matter. We're all dealing with the same stuff. And so essential oils are a huge benefit emotionally, physically, even spiritually. And we know we need all of that to deal with the craziness. So we're going to talk about that. Don't let me forget to tell you how, if you are a current doTERRA member, you can get a bottle of lime for free and why you care before you leave. Also, we want to give away some stuff. So first of all, if you're watching live on Facebook, please comment, give us emojis, ask questions, share stories. We love all that. If just for being on here live and sharing, you're entered automatically into a random drawing for a roller bottle remedy, no matter if you're a member, if you're a guest. We just want you to comment and share some things that you're learning and comment live during the live broadcast, which is 9 p.m. Eastern time. By the way, facebook.com/oil shares. That brief commercial was brought to you by me because you might be watching on YouTube and we don't want you to always feel like you're a day late and $1 short, which is kind of what happens to you on YouTube because we're live on Sundays at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. Another way to enter the drawing is to comment that you are a first-time guest or a newbie. A newbie is somebody who just joined doTERRA as a wholesale member in the last 30 days. And so sometime in the past 30 days, if you did that, then just comment and tell us who invited you to watch this amazing and entertaining show that we're putting on for you right now. And by commenting that, we'll also enter you into the drawing. We'll contact you if you're a winner, and you will get your stuff in the mail in 4 to 6 weeks. No, that used to be the case, but I have a lovely assistant who makes sure that happens in more like 4 to 6 days. Okay. I'm terrible at doing mail outs, Mary. There has to be an oil for that. Okay. So we're going to jump in and I'm going to introduce Mary. I kind of already did, but I guess I'm going to tell her it's okay to speak now because she was waiting to get in a word. It's very difficult with me here to do so. But Mary, what do you want to start us off with? Because I feel like we'll have some back and forth, some really entertaining and hopefully educational back and forth stuff about these amazing oils we're going to talk about tonight.
So you did such a great job of like setting the stage for us. Midsummer, you know, here in Louisiana, we have less than a month and our kids are going back to school. I know other places, that sounds crazy, but we start very early in August, and then other places, your kids have only been home for a couple of weeks, but all of us are sort of in that middle zone. And like Deanna was saying, summertime is wonderful and we love having time with our kids at home, and it also can be stressful. We're out of our normal schedules. You know, maybe you're getting your kids back and forth to different camps. You're trying to figure out how to keep them occupied and entertained, and they've got summer reading to do. And, you know, it really, as much as it can be a relaxing time, it can also, you know, it can also be kind of stressful at times. And Moms need some TLC too in the midst of the long, hot summer when things can be stressful. So I thought that this particular kit that we're talking about tonight is called the Calm and Harmony Kit. And I thought, well, could there be a better kit for moms in the middle of the summer who doesn't need some calm and some peace and some harmony, right, Deanna? So
Yes.
it's really a great kit because all of the oils in this kit are very calming, relaxing, grounding, centering, and that is what the mamas need when they are tired and stressed out in the middle of a long, hot summer. So the first oil I thought we'd start with, Deanna, is let's talk about peace, the reassuring blend. And the cool thing about the version that you get, Deanna's showing you right now, is that it's one of our touch blends. If you're not familiar with a touch blend, it simply means you can do what Deanna's doing right now. You can roll it right on because it is an essential oil blend that also has fractionated coconut oil, which is our chosen high grade coconut oil, so that it's pre-diluted. So you don't have to worry about, diluting it before you put it on your skin. It's all ready for you. It's so easy to throw into a bag. There's that coconut oil. So it's super easy to throw into your bag or your backpack when, you're shuttling kids to the swim lessons and there's a meltdown in the back seat and everyone can pass around the Peace Blend. If you're new to oils, that may sound a little too good to be true. And I remember, thinking about some of the names of these blends like Peace and Balance. And I thought, well, wouldn't that be great if they could put that in a bottle? The truth is, these oils are crafted and formulated scientifically to support particular emotional states. So it really does help support you and your kids in feeling more peaceful. Feelings like feeling more peaceful, more serene, more content, still. These are things that are, happy things for moms to have in their life. I also like to think about peace as one of those car transition oils. So some moms are home all summer with their kids, and some moms are still at work and come home after work to their kids. And so oftentimes this particular oil I find can be a great car transition oil. So what I mean by that is when you're going from one environment to the next. So for example, let's say you've had a really stressful day or you've just had a day at work and you've got all the work stuff going in your head and you're coming home to your kids, and to be able to make that transition where you pull into your driveway and maybe you take a minute, you turn off the car and you get out your Peace Blend and you can roll it over your heart, you can roll some in your hands and breathe it in, and you can get centered and peaceful and quiet for a minute while you make that transition to leave all the work stuff at home and to be able to come in and greet your family. I remember when I was working in the world and not just at home, because all moms are working moms, that was very helpful to me to be able to take that transition time. And so even if you're home all day with your kids, but maybe you've run to the grocery store and you're coming home and something stressful has happened, it's such a great tool to have to be able to calm yourself quickly. This blend works super fast to help to just kind of calm you down and help you feel more centered. So I really like that blend. It's got vetiver, lavender, ylang-ylang, frankincense, clary sage, marjoram, and spearmint with the fractionated coconut oil. So when you're about to release, you can grab your piece. So anything
awesome.
You want to
I love that.
Sienna, before I move on?
Really just quickly, the reason I put it on my throat is because I find that it helps me when I'm stressed out. I just tend to be a little bit more short and snippy and not as caring about the way I'm wording things, because I can word things very cut and dried, and sometimes people need a little bit more like love coming across. And I'm just in like, I'm in a hurry, I'm stressed, like, go get your pants on, kid. Like, instead of talking to my child like that, I'd rather, be more peaceful in my communication. And that's one of the reasons why you're going to find spearmint in there. It's for clear communication. And there's lots of oils in there that are just going to help you take a minute to think about how it's going to sound when it comes out. And also on the clear communication side, those of us that have trouble clamming up and not telling people how we feel or asking for what we need or saying that's not okay, it helps you. So for my child who has struggled with using his verbal skills, this is just a daily oil that we use, and we actually saw results before he was verbal. We really started to see him using his voice more shortly after we made this part of our daily regimen. So this is a real important oil in our house.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Great examples. Well, the next oil in the kit is balance oil. This is also a blend. So if you're new to doTERRA does single oils in a bottle, but we also have blends, proprietary blends. And balance is one of those blends that I really believe, and most people in our community will encourage you to use every single day. A drop of balance on the soles of your feet before you start your day really helps to ground you. You know, it's such a nice way to start your day so that you don't, oftentimes we wake up and we're immediately as moms making lists and thinking about all the things that we have to do, we have to get done. We've got our kids' list, we've got our list, we've got, you know, our husband's or our spouse's list. And so just making a practice of using balance, which is composed primarily of tree and wood oils, root oils, it's very grounding. We think about how rooted trees are. I mean, we can borrow some of that from this oil, the qualities from this oil, and it really helps to just help you start grounded and rooted to your day. I love to put it on anytime I'm feeling like I need a little extra grounding. If I'm spiraling, you know, whether emotionally or my thoughts are spiraling out, even in the middle of the day or at the end of the day. I mean, it's just a great oil to use to anchor you and to bring you back to center so that you can show up as a mom, to be the mom that you want to be, and from a more centered and anchored place, as I said. So it's called the Grounding Blend. And side note, it's also really good for calming overactive children who have difficulty slowing down. That's also a really great benefit, right? So if your kids are feeling really revved up, and Deanna may want to jump in here too, but if they're just really revved up and you need them to be able to calm down and focus, this is an oil that will support that. All right.
Yeah, and I feel like I always tell moms that if you are already in the midst of, like, I call it drama llama, like they're just cray, you know, you should have used balance before it got that far, because balance is more of like a slow acting, long acting blend. So that's why I like to start the day with balance, just to like preempt that. Now, I'm not saying throw your hands in the air and don't use it, but like if you need something immediate, we'll talk about a couple things that are more immediate that are in this kit, like wild orange. We'll talk about that. That can give you like almost instant change. But this one's more like, I feel like this is like preventative, preemptive, just laying the groundwork for what your day could be. And I know if I have not done the balance on me and my son, because we just are like clashing mid-morning, and I realized, like, oops, we didn't stick to our regimen. So like peace, balance is just like a start your day oil for us.
Fantastic. The next two oils in the kit are both very relaxing and calming. They are lavender and petitgrain. And we actually have a friend of ours that's going to come on. Her name is Vanessa. Vanessa's on my team, and she was going to share with us about some of the benefits of lavender and how she likes to use lavender if we get a chance to pull her up. So while that's happening, just know that both of these oils are very good for mood and for stress, for calm, and just, you know, taking all the whirling dervishes and pulling things back down. And so Vanessa is, let's see if she's coming on with us. If not, I will just continue.
Yeah, I don't see Vanessa on. I did see somebody a little bit ago, but I don't see anybody on here right now.
Okay. Well, lavender's known as the, and if she pops on in a bit, we can let her speak. But yeah. Lavender's known as the oil of communication and calm. It helps calm us and helps us be able to speak our mind with more clarity and more clearly. Helps us to express ourselves honestly. And so I oftentimes like to put lavender on my throat, and kind of referencing what Deanna was saying earlier about wanting to show up and speak as moms to our children in the way that is sort of allowing our best selves to come through, because we've all had moments where our best self hasn't been a shining moment, right? That's just part of being a mom. But one of the things that lavender and petitgrain can do for us is just to really help us kind of slow down, calm down, and communicate more clearly. Lavender, you know, is also a very like a spa oil. So, you know, some of these oils are like being able to, mom, to be able to give you sort of a bit of a spa moment at home. So just the scent of lavender, just a drop in our hands and breathing it in can make a big difference. Breathing that in aromatically and letting the benefits of that lavender begin to calm us down. Petitgrain, we kind of has very similar qualities to lavender. It's also in this kit. And we jokingly call it manvender because it's not as sweet, floral smelling as lavender. Most of us are familiar with the scent of lavender, but it also is really great for easing feelings of tension and stress without being quite so floral. It's a bit more herbaceous. It's uplifting and refreshing, and it helps us with reducing mental fatigue, and it can be very uplifting to the mood as well. Side note, from sort of the emotional side of petitgrain, it's also known as the oil of ancestry, which means that it helps us to reconnect and sort of appreciate our family history and supports us in sort of moving toward new choices and not repeating family mistakes. Mm-hmm. So I know in my own experience as a mom, one of my biggest goals was to show up to be the kind of mom that I wanted to be and to not bring some of what I felt like were family mistakes that I inherited. I didn't want to bring those forward into my children's life. And I'm sure most parents feel that way on some level. And so this oil is really helpful for that because it is the oil of ancestry. And it really does help us it supports us to make new choices, to create a new legacy. And so if that's something that you are working on in your parenting, I would really recommend using petitgrain as you set those intentions and as you work in your life to make those changes. The next two oils in the kit are cedarwood and wild orange. Cedarwood is also known as the oil of community. It's really, scent-wise, it's very warm, it's soft and woodsy. It's a very thick oil. And it helps us feel connected to people beyond ourselves. So it's known as the oil of community. Now, the effects on us physically, I think it's very calming. All these oils are, calm and harmony kit. So it's a very calming, woodsy scent, and it helps, again, for us to feel centered and more relaxed. But it's also known as the oil of community. And if you think about it, what's your first community that you're introduced to? It's your family, right? So this is, again, another oil that helps us reconnect and feel more connected to our family, to people beyond ourselves. It's calming, it's a tension reliever. Combined with wild orange and lavender in the diffuser, it can be super anchoring and calming and relaxing. I know I keep saying calming, relaxing, grounding, but that's what all these oils are about. And Deanna's showing you that. I'm going to talk a little bit about wild orange, and then I'm going to let Deanna share a bit because she's had such great experiences as a parent with wild orange. But wild orange is kind of known casually as the happy oil, because just one drop in your hands, breathing it in, and it just, I swear, it just changes your brain waves. I mean, just everything, you feel like you're reconnected to the present. It's bright, it's happy, it's uplifting. It helps us reconnect to a more playful, spontaneous side. So if you're feeling like you're being kind of over serious, or you've got low energy, and you want to show up and play with your kids, and you're just feeling like, I'm tired and I can't pull it out of myself, wild orange can be a benefit to you because it really helps us connect to a sense of playfulness, spontaneity, sort of like our inner child, our younger self. And our kids love the smell of wild orange. It is such a happy, fun smell. And it changes. It goes, right to our brain through our nose and right to our brain to the olfactory center, and is very enlivening and happy. So Deanna, you were saying with your family that wild orange is a huge benefit.
Yeah, I mean, I loved what you said about connecting to being a child, because if you think about it, kids don't have a sense of like, you remember how you thought that like a week or a year was a really long time as a kid, and now all this, like at my age, I'm just like, how is it almost halfway through 2019, you know? And that's just because we're more aware of like the limits of time, and kids just don't have as many cares. And so I think sometimes we can get caught up in our like to-do list and just get overwhelmed. And so we call wild orange the oil of abundance, because it lets us know like there's enough, you know, there's enough time to get everything done. That's probably my biggest one. And that takes me back to being a child when I just thought time was just forever long. So I love that. And it works really fast, just like all citrus oils. When you inhale it, it gets in your brain and affects your limbic system, which has to do with like your heart beating really fast, and your breathing and your heart rhythms. And that's all the things that happen when we feel stressed, right? So it's going to calm all that down. So it has like a physical impact on you right away. So I find that when I'm all stressed out because my son's being crazy, then he feeds into that energy off of me, and it's just back and forth. And if we just take a second and inhale some wild orange, then it's just like, okay, we just needed to kind of get over this moment. I will give you a quick warning that it's summer, and citrus oils, if you put them on your skin and go out in the sun, wherever you put it on your skin, if it's exposed to the sun, you're probably going to get burned there. So that's important to me. I'm very easily can burn. So what we do is we like to put it in our hair. Like we just rub it into our hair, and then whatever's left over, we like put it in on our shirt, and we just kind of breathe it in. And that seems to work really well without causing us to burn. Let me go back for one quick second to just mention a thing that might help a lot of parents. If you have a child who struggles with sensory issues, or just having trouble focusing, and they can kind of be all over the place, like just a really, really active mind and hard to settle them down sometimes, especially when there's not as much structured activity for them. Both cedarwood and petitgrain are really good for helping to calm down the brain and the neurotransmitters in the brain, especially GABA, if you happen to know about that. And that has to do with just being like overly excited and just your mind going in 5,000 different directions. So I can tell when my son is like that, because he physically can't even keep his body still to even have it. He can't keep eye contact. He can't sit still. He's just like RLS, you know, like with his whole body. And I'm just like, whoa, whoa, whoa. We need cedarwood, we need petitgrain, and those are two that we grab a lot for that. If you are overwhelmed by a lot of senses, I have this issue if I'm in crowds and I feel like there's just a lot of humming and buzzing and people moving around. This oil helps me to be able to cope with all the people-y things around me when I'm feeling my introvertedness just coming out. And even to recover when I've been around a crowd, it just kind of helps me calm back down. Cedarwood's from Virginia, by the way, I have to throw that out there. I love my Virginia cedarwood. So it does feel very, maybe particularly to me, because I live here, it just feels like home. That oil feels like home. So it's very calming.
It's beautiful. Well, the last two, well, one's an oil, one's a soft gel, but the last two things we're going to talk about that come in this Calm and Harmony kit are the Serenity Blend. Doesn't that sound good already? Don't you feel better just hearing the name of it? The Serenity Blend, Serenity Now. It is a blend of lavender, which we already know is calming, cedarwood, which Deanna was just speaking about, ylang ylang, marjoram, Roman chamomile, vetiver, vanilla, and sandalwood. So a blend of many oils that are very calming and soothing. And so it is very well named. So Serenity is probably one of my all-time favorite blends. It's one of the ones that I lean on frequently when I feel like I'm getting overstressed. And you know, it's that old phrase, if mama ain't happy, nobody's happy, right? And if mama is happy, generally most people are happy with her, right? We really do in so many ways guide the emotional tenor of our families. And so Serenity is super calming. Now, if you're someone who doesn't absolutely love lavender, it has lavender in it, but it's not as strong a lavender scent because of those other oils that are in there. It's a really, really beautiful blend. Yeah. I wish, again, we had smell-o-vision, but just breathing it from the bottle, I can feel myself calming down. So if you're feeling some anxious feelings to do with the muchness of summer or the muchness of parenting, and you just need a little spa in a bottle, like you want tranquility in a bottle, you're going to reach for your Serenity. It has never let me down. Also, there's a different version that comes in a soft gel that can be taken internally, which is our Restful Blend. And these are really popular for helping you to be able to sort of calm your body down and prepare for sleep at the end of the night. So we know how much a good night's sleep has to do with our level of stress the next day, right? If you don't sleep well, you know, you have a hard time all throughout the rest of the next day. And so we know that this is one of the things that we can do to help ensure that we're getting more restful sleep is taking 1 or 2 soft gels before bed. Now, that's not the only time. So this is not something you take to go to sleep. This is to help just calm you down and help the body prepare so that it can naturally find its way to a restful sleep. I found also, though, that during the day, if I'm having a high stress day or a high stress moment, that just taking 1 Serenity soft gel during the day helps to calm down my feelings of, you know, anxiousness. So I don't want you to feel like you're going to take a Serenity soft gel and it's going to somehow knock you out for the day. It doesn't work that way. It's just very calming to the emotions. And so they can be used during the day or they can be used in the evening. But again, the combination of that Serenity oil, which you can put a drop and just put it on the soles of your feet before bed. You can diffuse it in a diffuser. It's a great oil to diffuse at bedside just to help everyone calm down and drift off to a good sleep. And then if you need some extra support, those soft gels can be super helpful to be used along with your Serenity oil to really ensure that you have a nice, restful, beneficial sleep, you know? So some people don't have trouble falling asleep, but they toss and turn and they don't really get the rest that they need. And that's where I believe that Serenity oil and the Serenity soft gel can really benefit you. And as you know, as moms with kids home in the summer and parenting, good night's sleep can make a whole heck of a lot of difference, right?
Yeah. And I do want to point out, by the way, we have Vanessa on here, so we'll let her hop on in a second.
Oh, great.
Since we weren't able to get the technology to work. But I just want to mention, like, if you're confused, the Serenity soft gels are not just essential oils. We do sell other essential oil soft gels. So just because, like, you might not like the taste and you don't want to take it and taste it, this is not just Serenity essential oil in here. This has also got an amino acid called L-theanine, which you should just go Google that because it has a ton of health benefits, including respiratory health, digestive health, immune health, brain health, nervous system. It's like a ton of stuff. There's also passion flower, which again, just like the cedarwood and petitgrain, grain, helps with GABA, which just calms down the brain. There's chamomile in here. There's a lot of stuff. And I've heard other people like with like On Guard Plus soft gels, they're like, what if I have a little kid and they can't swallow the soft gels, and they say, well, poke a hole and put it on their feet. This isn't one that you would want to put on your feet because there are things in here that need to be digested. Now, if I really wanted my child to have what was in here and they couldn't swallow it, I could poke a hole and squeeze a bit under their tongue. And that would be something that you could do. But rubbing it on their feet really isn't going to give you the same benefit as like rubbing an On Guard soft gel guts on their feet. It's not going to work the same. So let's bring Vanessa. I'm going to unmute Vanessa here, and you'll have to remind me, Mary, what oil Vanessa was going to share about.
I believe she's going to share about lavender.
Oh, excellent. Hey, Vanessa. Oh, we've got you unmuted, but we're not hearing you for some reason. Not sure why. We're having all kinds of technical issues. I tell you what, type what you want to say and mouth the words, and then we can do like the listing.
I can bring out my sign language skills. I have them.
Yeah, we're not able to hear. I'm so sorry, Vanessa.
Oh, Vanessa, I don't know why you're muted, buddy.
Yeah, her Zoom app was trying to update, and it probably didn't update the audio all the way yet or something, because everything else seems to be working. Thank you for being here, Vanessa, and we'll try to get you on here another time. We apologize for technology. We can't always, unfortunately, control that, sadly. Okay, well, I wanted to tell you that this particular kit that we talked about, if you're already a wholesale member of doTERRA, I really hope you know about the loyalty rewards program, because that's just the smartest way to buy, because you get below wholesale prices, plus you get free shipping rewards, and there's special bundles like this one. This one's called the Calm and Harmony Kit. It's only available in the loyalty rewards program, and it's at a discount. If you purchase this on or before the 15th of July, you will automatically get a free bottle of lime oil, which is a super fun summer oil. It's great in all kinds of summery foods and drinks, mojitos and just sparkling waters and limeade. And it's a great oil for helping you just enjoy your life. And that's what we really want to be doing in the summertime, right? Enjoying our family, especially, like, don't get caught up in all the stress of it and forget to have fun and enjoy. So I want you to get this lime for free. I think it's over $15, somewhere around the $15 price range, and it's automatically free when you place a 125 PV order on loyalty rewards by the 15th of the month. So this one's 135 PV, this kit we talked about. So this is a perfect subscription box for July. If you're looking to get just a box of goodies that you can use the rest of the summer, this is it, and you'll get a bonus oil for free, which is just one of the many benefits of LRP. Never fear, if you're not a doTERRA member, we can't get you the free lime, but you can actually talk to the person who invited you to watch this video tonight, and they can help you set yourself up with a starter kit that you make yourself that still contains these same products. You'll get it at a little bit different price, but you'll still get a ton of goodies with it from the person that helps you get started. And just one of those goodies is the fact that you get to spend 25% less on your oils as a member. That's like a fourth of the price, just marked right off because you're a doTERRA wholesale member. You have the privilege of being able to participate in the rewards program on future orders. So you'll get another 10 to 30% back in free oil rewards. You're going to get plugged into a community. We talked about the oil of community tonight. Well, it's fantastic to have a community of people that are surrounding you, making sure you know how to use your oil safely and effectively. And we have a lot of education and support as part of this oil family that you'd be joining. So please, the person who invited you to watch the video will help guide you to figure out the best way to get started and make sure that you get the things that you want and need. If you don't have a person, we hope that you will reach out through a private message to the page or email me at, what is my email? Deanna, DEANNA @oilshares, SHARES.org, and ask for help. We'll be happy to set up a free consultation for you by phone or video, or even in person if you live locally, to make sure that you are getting the help you need, and we'll connect you to somebody in our community that can help support you along the way. All right. Well, we are back here every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So we have another wonderful topic for you next week. Bring a friend with you. They can be in another country or another state, and they can watch it with you, and you can meet in the comments. It's a lot of fun. We have people that are regular watchers on here every single week. In fact, I wanted to give a shout out to one of our top page fans who's here watching tonight. I think Eve was on here. I saw her pop up, and she's a top fan of the page. So she must come to every Magic Beans every single Sunday. But we have lots of good information on facebook.com/oil shares, recipes, personal stories, lots of ways that you can learn for free. And when you're ready to get on the oily train and make that part of your everyday life and have these solutions at your fingertips, we're ready to help you when you're ready to get started. So reach out to us. This is a great month to get started so that you have all these tools in place to enjoy the rest of the summer. Mary, we appreciate you so much. You're always a delight to learn from and listen to. And I appreciate you taking time out of your busy life and being here with us tonight. We'll be back here next week. So you guys have a great rest of the week. Shine on.